Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend. Hey, welcome back to Tim Friend. So, there wasn't anyone that needed healing, but I went ahead and grabbed Marcus, the blue gem, and the goddess icon from Legault and the convoy, respectively, so I could run around and buy another physics staff for Priscilla, because if we're using one that's just for experience healing, we're gonna need more for the end of the game. And then we will seize this throne and be on with our lives. He was mad. You mad? Consumed by his own lust. Pitiful fool. Lord Darren. Come on, Eliwood, no time for sentiment. Your father needs you. This is a big cutscene. It's a cutscene. Because a cutscene is just like a scene that cuts into the action. And this is definitely one of those. Father. Father? It's me, Eliwood. I've come to save you. Father? It's dark in here. Can't see a thing. Eli. Eli Wood. Ah! It's his dad. You get to see this sort of green area, this green shrine type background shit, and this is also like part of the final map. As we come back here, spoiler alert, because this is not the end of the game. But yeah, it's sort of a cool little foreshadowing thing, and you come back later and you're like, oh, this is where I found my dad. We're back here, and it's cool. It feels similarly. It's cool. It's a nice touch coming back to the same place. I mean, when it's executed well. Like, if we came back and played that exact same map again, the one we just finished, that would be poor design. But we sort of get to see that map still exists later on, but we don't do anything with it because it's pointless. Hey, it's Ninian. Look where she went. She went in here. And she was taken in here. I remember now. That girl, she's the key to the Dragon's Gate. Hurry, go before Nurgle notices you. What's he doing? Is he shaving? What's happening? Why isn't he watching Ninian and Elbert? I mean, I guess he has better things to do than be a guard. But, like, what does he do with his time? What does Nurgle just, like... That's what I always wonder about villains. And heroes as well. Like, what do they do in their free time? Do they have free time? Is free time, like, a concept sort of invented by my generation in America? I mean, that's entirely possible. But, like, what does a man who's devoted, his job, essentially, is to conquer the world... What does he do when there's nothing he needs to pay attention to? Does he, like, read? Does he just make decorative candles? There's Jafar! What a goddamn asshole. You must not fight that man. Alright. Is that Ninian talking? No, it's Elbert. That man is dangerous. You cannot defeat him on your own. I bet I could. I mean, I'd just use Urk and kill him from a distance. Father, there's no time. This danger must be faced. Be a good boy and listen to your father, young Master Eliwood. You smug son of a bitch. It's Ephidel. Even among the Black Fang, this man is feared for his skill. You're no match for him, not even as a group. You've done well, Jafar, that is all. Return to Bern and begin your next assignment. So, he has Jafar, who he says can kill my entire party by himself. And that's cool. But instead of, like, just doing that, he sends Jafar away to Bern, which is foreshadowing, whatever. Hear my word, I have an invitation from a master. In honor of your hard-fought arrival, he's prepared a special show for you. Why do they do that? Why do villains gloat? I know it's such like a not interesting thing to complain about. Like, why do villains always monologue and give away their plans? What is this, James Bond? And that's it's true to an extent. It's tacky, it's dumb. But it's like, this is the only way we could get for, like, the hero to fucking win. This is interesting. This is a cool background. But it's someone draining Lord Elbert's life force. Lord Elbert, hold on. Huh? Ninian? Power. Oh, God. Ninian's writing. Yep. There's some red flashes. Father. Alright. There's Nurgle. He appeared in the red mists. He wasn't just hanging out. Now Ninian at last opened the Dragon's Gate. Gate. Open gate. Fuck me, man. Thought I was over this fucking sickness, like I've said, but God, it lingers. Maybe it's because I had these fucking hot-ass Cheetos. And it's making me cough. And maybe it's also because I'm, talking at a reasonable volume into a microphone for 40, gonna be an hour soon. Come, children of flame. Come to me. She sounds like a fucking... If, like, you read her lines out loud, she comes off less as, like, a mind-controlled person, which, I mean, it's sort of implied that she's being mind-controlled by Nurgle, but she just comes off as, like, a kid in, like, an elementary school play just going through those lines with the subtlety of a man rolling on the ground screaming towards you. Ah, no, it isn't. It's a dragon. Is that truly? That's a lot of periods. A dragon? Ha 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 ha. Yes, use all your strength. Squeeze every drop from your body. You will call dragons. I will not allow this. Who is it? It's Nils. He can't do shit. Why is he here? Is he gonna make Ninian move again so you can summon another dragon? Ha ha ha. That's the gameplay mechanics interfering with the story joke. Nils. Nils? Not now. Grr, Ephidel, stop him. And Ephidel, as a sage, clearly indicated by his icon, like when it shows like the battle map version, he stops Nils by saying, by telling him to stop. And that's not effective. It turns out if you just shout at a man and you're like, hey, don't do that anymore, it doesn't stop people when they really want to do that thing. And then Ninian, Nils, Hector, Lyn, and Ellie would run because Jafar's not there to stop them anymore. Nurgle bails, and then Ephidel is caught with this dragon coming through the portal, but the dragon breathes a lot of fire, I guess, and then gets sucked back through the portal. So Ephidel is dead. Yay! The two overarching villains of Act 1 are gone, which was Ephidel and Darren. So now we just have to deal with other people. Nurgle, really, just Nurgle. And the rest of the Black Fang. No, I failed. Nils, you whelp. What an asshole. Come, both of you. Oh, and they just why would you expect that to work? Why would it just be like, hey, you guys, come on, come over here? Why would they do that? Why would anyone? Elbert pulls off a last stand of badassery and stabs Nurgle. Just fucking gets him with something. Where did he get a weapon? Who knows? And Nurgle's like, why won't you die? I feel like, do we see that model anywhere else? Like the little sprite for Lord Elbert? No, I don't think we do. But anyway, Lord Elbert dies, and it's very sad. She talks about how his wife's going to be mad at him for dying, and to tell her that he's sorry. And then that's a bummer. And then we get to see this really sad picture of Eliwood holding his dead dad. Oh, not after all we've done to find you again. Father, please open your eyes. Oh, it's sad. It's sad. Father! That's... I don't know. It's weird to scream out, because for me, father is like such a... It's more of a formal term for your dad. But maybe that's just me. It'd be like, Dad, no, I guess, because father has you sticking on the for a long time, you know? You gotta go and that's hard. That's not like a great note, not a great consonant to hold the sound on. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, after finding Eliwood's dad dead and stopping Nurgle from summoning dragons for the first time, they bail and they come back to Badon. Remember the port of Badon? And this is another case where we're revisiting a map. I guess this is the first case where we are revisiting it, but it's sort of it's different. Like, we get to see a different side of the city, I suppose. And then we see Ninian and Nils interacting with Lyn, and they're reminiscing, I guess. And Hector's like, hey, care to talk about things the rest of us can follow? And I feel you, Hector, but I've also been on the side where it's like, you know, we want to talk about the... I don't know. I have a lot of social anxiety, which I've talked about on end before, I know. But sometimes I like to talk about things that I'm very passionate about with other people who are passionate about them, even if a third party is not passionate about or even knowledgeable about that thing. So, like, I don't know, if I was going to talk about Fire Emblem with Julia Friend, and then, I don't know, if Steven Friend was around, am I even friends with people named Steven? I think I just dislike them on principle. But, excuse me, oh, they're comparing him to his dad. That's sad and cute. So, God, what the fuck? Alright, yeah, sometimes I like to talk about, like, if I'm talking about Fire Emblem with Julia Friend, I'll get really passionate and I'll want to talk about it, and I'll engage them on it, but I also feel bad because I know Steven Friend, third party friend, can't really join in on that conversation, and I feel bad, but I also want to talk about that shit. And it feels bad for me when someone else is talking about shit that I can't really engage in, especially if it's like more than like a 3-part conversation, you know? Like if you're in a group of 9 people, so it's 9 people including you, and 8 people are talking about like tsunamis, and no, not tsunamis, because we can engage on tsunamis, I think. But like you're talking about Doctor Who, and you're just going back and forth making Doctor Who references 8 ways, then person number 9, you're gonna have a really boring and a kind of irritated time. That would make me want to watch Doctor Who less. And I'm saying that because I don't want to watch Doctor Who, so it was a really good example for me. I have not watched Doctor Who, and I don't plan on watching Doctor Who. And I'm sorry, I don't care though. They're talking about fucking the plot, I guess. The quintessence. Quintessence is a big word that they throw in there. It's a fake word. But they're talking about like life force, essentially. And Nurgle's trying to harvest a bunch of life force because that's the way to open the Dragon's Gate. And the way he was doing that was trying to start a war in Lycia. And that's why he was sort of manipulating Darren and Elbert and Centaurus, or whatever his name was. Was it Centaurus? I think it was. So yeah, he wanted to start a war so he could harvest a bunch of people's life force. And that was okay. Real dick move though, because sapping life force is... I mean, there's reasons to start a war. Not a lot of them are good reasons, but just to harvest life force from the corpses. Look at all these expressions on these faces. Anyway, Nurgle's a dick. That's essentially this plot. Eliwood looks sad. That's a sad Eliwood face. I don't like seeing him sad because I like him happy. And Lyn is neutral, and Nils is neutral, and Hector's mad. Look at that mad-ass Hector. I knew his knights were no longer alive, and then we've got neutral Hector. Oh god, such a long fucking cutscene. We even saved in the middle of this fucking cutscene, and we're still going at it. So I hope you can read quickly, because I am spacing the fuck out during this shit. Oh man, sad close eyes, Eliwood. And Hector's Lyn are like, maybe we leave him alone for a bit. Normally, in Eliwood's story, we would stay back in there, but let's see like sort of Eliwood hanging out with himself. And now we see Hector and Lyn hanging out. Thought about it, but there's someone else who looked ready to start crying too. Oh, hey, Nini's gone. Where'd she go? I'll go and look. Hold on, your sister's been through a lot too. Let her be for a while. I don't need you to tell me what she's been through. Jesus. Ellipses. So what do we do now? I wonder what happened to Nurgle. Lord Elbert gave him a grievous wound when he stabbed him. His wounds will not kill him. That's what Lord Elbert said too. Do you know what he meant? Nurgle uses quintessence on himself as well. So even though Elbert stabbed him, Nurgle will drain life force to just get other shit. To heal himself, essentially. Enemies are coming. Eliwood should be by himself for a while, with Ninian probably getting a little makey-outy. And then it turns out Ninian, I think, went in there too, and they talked, and they had a little cute time. But, blah blah blah. Go away, Nils. Let's go. Yay! Alright, so finally we get to the fucking chapter. What a long-ass goddamn cutscene. Meh. Alright. We'll get to this chapter next time on Tim Friend. I'll see you soon. Hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, probably watching this in a playlist. Or maybe you're... I don't know. Tim Friend!